What's up? Doing a little 3Gen Patriot roll cast for you tonight. In the great state of Florida, baby. I think we're about to call this flow free. Because we flow free. And we ride up. Yeah, I like that. Flow free. So, little update. I got a new holster for my Glock today. There you go. And let's see what else. Made a couple contacts. That's good. That's always good. It's always good. Have contacts. You know? A little slide in there. So, that's what we doing, baby. But yeah, we rolling. And don't worry, I'm paying attention to the road. Because your podcast pa can do it all. I just choose to do only what's necessary when necessary to do so. But I could do it all. I mean, all of it. So, the reason that I wanted to do a little kind of like a flow free ride episode, a little ditty, is because I just thought it'd be a good idea. You know, last time we talked about don't buy something that makes you have to give up ownership by having someone else control how you own it. Remember that? With the cars, the trucks, you know, the printers, wherever the hell else they're trying to do it to. Well, today, I thought I'd do a little man about town, flow free ride, and talk about some character, because if there's one thing that you need to understand and know what it means to have a strong and just character. It's not always perfect. Nobody ever gets it perfect. But you're never going to get to be a real man or real woman unless you understand all that it means. Bottom line, one of those little ditty bitty traits I'd like to talk to y'all about is how you accept and offer help. Now, I'm not talking about helping someone in need. I'm talking about helping someone, offering to help when to do so forces you to have to assume certain risks or make some level of sacrifice on your own part in order to provide that help to another person. Now, if you're going to provide that kind of help to another person, first of all, make sure that it's noble. Make sure that it's just. But also, if it's a planned, or if it's not just helping someone on the street or helping, someone in a pinch. I'm talking about if someone says, hey, I'm going to need your help this time, Or, hey, can I do this? Can I get this help from you down the road? Make sure that the person you're willing to offer that help to is understanding and conscious of what that help is going to cost you or how it's going to affect you. Because people will accept your help all day long. But whether or not they respect it and appreciate it depends on two things. If they're able to acknowledge or see that the help you offered them or the help you're going to give them comes at a cost to you, because even though you don't have to tell them that's what's happening, people who are truly grateful, who are truly appreciative of help that they're getting, are so because they understand not just how it's helping them directly, but what you are putting into the mix, what you are doing to give that help. Nobody offers help to another person, short-term or long-term, without it having some impact on them themselves. And if you're the kind of person who's willing to absorb that sacrifice or that risk or that, impact to you in order to give that help or provide that help, then that's great. That is great. And a lot of us can afford to do that. And a lot of us can't, but a lot of us still offer the help anyway. Because let's face it, if you're going to do the right thing, you're going to do the right thing. And you kind of understand that whatever hit you take for it, it is what it is, right? I mean, we all kind of get that. We're grown-ups, we understand that. But answer me this, have you ever thought about the fact that if someone asks for your help and it's going to have a significant impact on you, especially if it's a help that is financial based, are you still willing to offer them that help if they are financially able to help themselves? Think about it. If they are in a position where they have the resources to access the help to access money or furniture or a car or whatever it is, if they have the ability to access that for themselves, what would you feel if they didn't, but then were still willing to accept your help regardless of the sacrifice and impact it had on you to provide that help? How would you feel about that? Would you feel that it's right to offer help to someone when they have the ability to help themselves and do not genuinely need your help? I'm going to tell you that I would not. I would not offer that help. In fact, I would tell that person, here is exactly why. I know you have the ability to help yourself in this situation. And for whatever reason, to not access those resources for yourself would either be laziness or an unwillingness or wanting to take advantage, whatever the case may be. It depends on the person, I guess. There is nothing wrong with denying help to a person when you realize, or when you find out, or when you know that they have the ability to help themselves, and they're either choosing not to access that ability, and for whatever reason it is. No, I'm sorry. If I'm willing to help someone, I'm willing to take on whatever impact it has on me, and I'm willing to take that. But I will not allow myself to assume that risk and impact or whatever it is. I won't allow myself to go through that for someone who chose not to help themselves, but had absolute ability to do so and chose not to. They would not get my help. And there is nothing wrong with that. Because what you have to realize, and what I have to realize, what everyone should realize, is that when you enable people to continue to be like that, you're not helping them. You're causing yourself more harm by allowing that kind of person to take advantage of you or to enable their laziness, whatever the case may be. But you're also allowing yourself to be unnecessarily sacrifice and take risks for someone who clearly does not appreciate fully what it means to be in a position to offer that help. Forcing people to help themselves when they have the ability to do so is helping them more than if you just cater to whatever reason they didn't and offer the help that they don't genuinely need. Remember that. There's nothing wrong with that. Always remember, you have to understand the true character and true nature of the person you're helping if you can, but you also have to be aware of your own. Don't diminish yourself, because helping is not wholly good when who you're helping is to the detriment of both them and you. There is a difference there. And understanding that difference makes you a stronger person. It makes you a more genuine person. And whatever the impact it has on the other person, you did what you could to do right by them. And whether or not they see it is irrelevant. You know you did. Understanding the true nature of how people are and being able to listen to that voice that comes through in their actions and behaviors. Learn how to listen to that voice. It's like I told my kids. A person's words only matter so far as to compare them to their actions. Their true nature will tell you their truth. Every time. It's in their affect, it's in their actions, and it's in their behaviors. And it never lies. Never. If you get to learn that you are not doing any harm by denying help to someone who has the ability to help themselves and won't, and you are honestly causing them more harm and yourself when you enable whatever reason it is that kept them from helping themselves when they had the ability, because all that does is teach them they don't need to, and teaches them that you are someone who won't make them. So the next time, you're the one they call. And I don't know about you, but I can't be a very godly man. I can't be a very real man if I diminish myself in an effort to cater to somebody else's inability to help themselves when they have the absolute ability to do so. That's not very godly, is it? Helping someone stay, whatever negative reason caused them to not do that, helping people stay that way and diminishing yourself in the process, that's not helping. That's not godly. That's actually causing harm. You know? And believe it, it can be very uncomfortable and it can make life messy. But you will never, ever feel bad or be uncomfortable in your own skin. Other people will. And it may be frustrating and it may be cause problems, but the problems are not yours. You stood by what's right. And there's no shame in that. And always, always, doing what's right should never be easy, but it's not supposed to be, because the right way should never be the easy way. It shouldn't. And that's my little take for tonight. You know, we're going to change things up a little bit, kind of mix and match, and a little swah, swah, swah. I kind of like that. Swah, swah, swah. Up here in the Flow Free Rider. We're going to do a Flow Free Rider. All right. Okay, everybody. Peep the strategy. Your podcast Poskies and Poskers. Poskoogers. We're going to get real. So that was a little ditty. Let me know what y'all think. Peace out.